All right, here we are on a Monday afternoon at Wade's, playing some Bolt Action version 3. We played a tester game last week and it went great, but I didn't want to do the video because I was going to bog us down with the rules and have a bit more time today, so we're just going to do some video. We have an excellent table here. We're playing 1,000 points. He's playing Americans. I'm playing Germans. We rolled up, and I want to get this correct, breakthrough, which means we have to get our units into the enemy, off the enemy's board edge. We rolled long table edges and meeting engagement. Now, we initially rolled fog of war, which meant that we were going to have guys deploying on any reserve guys deploying on any table edge, so he could have put his dudes here if this is my board edge and then run them off. So, but in the rule book it does actually state if you roll fog of war, roll something else. So we now have breakthrough. Before we go through the lists real quick, each of these, just the terrain, we'll have quote unquote the talk. Buildings, 2-story high buildings. Do they have attics or no? No, okay, I'm just making sure. So 2-story high buildings, each of these cells is a discrete building. This is 2 separate buildings. We've got the red line painted there, so anyways, bunch of buildings. Everything is pretty much as is. We've determined that this building here, which is a 2-story ruins, we're going to keep it like the old version too, where it's not all on the ground floor. So these guys are up on, I have to put my sniper there. They're on the 2nd floor, and it's be 6 inches to go up. Now, interestingly here, we have a full building down on the bottom and a ruins up top. So we've determined that on the bottom is a building and on the top is a ruin. So these guys are actually on the 2nd floor. Should this building get destroyed by indirect fire, then the whole thing comes down. Not that's going to happen. As you can see, I've got my forward observer team here, my sniper team there, and I will continue with the rest of my list. So it's 1,000 points, Germans. I have HQ section with 2 dudes. They're from some limited edition blister pack, so whatever, they've got SMGs. I've got 2 infantry sections, as you can see, both with 2 LMGs. And as you saw, I've got the sniper and the observer team out. For my 2nd platoon, I have my heavy weapons platoon officer reading a Officer for Dummies book, and 2 15-centimeter heavy howitzers. So that's the 2nd platoon. And my 3rd platoon is an 8-rad with the 10 points slapped onto him to make him command, and a Panzer III, I believe, J, so it doesn't have shirts in or nothing like that. And this comes out to 1,001 points. Wade, what do you have?
So I have, like you have 3 platoons. I have a U.S. officer with submachine guns and 2 dudes, an 8-man section with 2 bars, an 11-man section with 2 bars. In that platoon, I also have an air observer, which is deployed on the table right here. And then I have with them also a sniper, which is deployed on the table.
Yeah, I'll
and
go over there shortly.
White scout car with a 50 cal. The 2nd platoon is the weapons platoon, which has the platoon commander, the bazooka, an HMG, and a mortar.
Yeah.
And the 3rd platoon is the Stuart M5 with the front reinforced armor. And then the white scout car, the Greyhound rather, with the 50 cal on the turret.
And now, just to go through, in terms of deploying these dudes, I pulled out of the bag first, so put my observer here, which actually was pretty cool because it boxed out this row of buildings for being within 12 to put his sniper and this big industrial building, so that was kind of nice. So that's why he put his sniper section up here, and then I put my sniper down to counter snipe him, and then for safety he put his air observer way back here. So that is how it looks, and we'll catch you after turn 1. Alright, turn 1, bit of a back and forth. Right off the get-go, Wade sniper shot and killed my loader of my sniper. I tried to counter snipe back, and I was able to successfully pass my German NCO test, so that while I've got the -1 for shooting for morale, for shooting, that I didn't want to also eat the -1 for morale by promoting the loader to the sniper. So I shot back, hit, caused a pin, but failed to kill the sniper over there. In other news, he moved infantry, a mortar, and the CO for the infantry back there. Moved this infantry up here. Caused a pin on my forward observer team, which came in clutch, because when I went to shoot to call the artillery, I rolled a 10. So the pin actually made a difference. His air observer guys from over there, first I moved my 2 guns up and their leader, so they're this guy here is within 6 inches of both of these, hopefully. That was the plan, and he, from way back there, he infiltrated them, so that it allowed him to put the first plane drop onto my howitzer. I ran my Panzer III up. He put all this stuff in reserves down, and that is the end of turn numero 1. Well, it's good to see my luck hasn't changed. This is 14 machine gun shots hitting on 4 as I hit 3 times. Lovely. Alright, turn 2. I'm trying to remember the order in which things occurred. The airstrike did not go off here. Thank God. I called an artillery strike there, which was right in front of the dudes that were back there, who are now over here. His sniper killed my sniper that was up in this ruin. His 50 cal machine gun in the wood there shot at my 8-rad, who decided to recce, because of the recce, recce fell back to there. Prior to these vehicles coming in, his forward air observer team spotted for the mortars to try and range in on my gun here. So it didn't go off yet. I snap 2'd with this guy here, fired direct firing into the forward air observer team, and of course I rolled a 2 to hit. These guys, using my observer, dropped that attempted to range in.
You're the guys that moved.
Yeah, on the guys that moved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and because you moved, it takes it away.
Yeah,
Is that
ran.
right? Yeah, okay.
Ran away.
Yeah, no, that's right. I'm trying to get the order of things here. Oh, yeah. So his 3-man HQ runs up behind here. I'm like, sweet, I got 14 dice over here. Well, we already saw how my dice rolling went for that. Failed to do anything, which meant that I had to, instead of shooting these guys, because they were right about here, to shoot these guys in the open, I had to shimmy them over here with an advance. I shot and finally killed all those 3 dudes there, which also moves me away from the air target here. Over yonder, he brought all his vehicles in. Sequentially, he brought in the Stuart, light anti-tank gun, didn't do anything here. He brought in the Greyhound, brought in the Scout car, which I needed a 3+ to hit. I rolled a 2. So then, no, what was it? The machine guns actually hit it though and pinned everybody. The bazooka got out, managed to get rid of the pin, took a shot and missed. So there's a lot of choices for what the first die pull is going to be, but thus ends turns 2. Debating whether or not, if I just take my 8-rad and just drive off the back of the board edge, just to at least get 1 unit off his board edge. Maybe that'll be enough to win it. I don't know. That's my dilemma. So that was turn 2. All right, turn whatever turn this is, I believe turn 3. Quite a lot happened and not much at all, in a way. In no particular order, he advanced these dudes up and kept a bunch of guys behind the building, which gave them hard cover somehow. And then he put them on ambush at the start of his turn. I snap 2'd my infantry, my 2 infantry sections. First, I moved them to the side because this secondary tree was blocking line of sight to my machine guns. So those 2 MG34s shot at the guys here out in the open. I only caused 1 pin because of this aforementioned 4+ cover that he got. Then I entered the building with my command and the other section from the windows in the back. And of course, I can't shoot out of the building. But his guys were able to spring their ambush. They shot and put a pin on there. Then, on my turn, the plane, his plane missed. Or not missed, rolled a 1, so it was gone. So he's got a second plane. My artillery fire into here also rolled a 1. So the random direction, it was off the board. So that's it for my observer team. On my next pull, I fired the guns. So I fired indirect at the bazooka team that was right here, hoping to kill them, which would free up my panzer. Direct fire from that gun over there wound up hitting the scout car that was parked here. Blasted, put a ton of pins on them, but wound up, the blast clipped the back bumper of this scout car, of the Greyhound. I immobilized it, causing a whole bunch of pins, but I mean his CO is inside this thing, so he was able to still move and so on and so forth. This guy up here shot machine gun fire into my observer team. My tank went to shoot at his Stuart, which has recce. And again, this is the board edge here in the gray. So he was here, so he just recce'd back, so he's out of line of sight of the forest template. So that's fine there. And my HMGs were able to kill the bazooka team, which is great. I advanced my 8 rad so that I could take some shots at the 50 cal. I did. I think I caused 2 pins and a casualty. He shot back, so that's why you only have 1 pin, and caused a pin on me. And probably the play of the game, this mortar, self-spotting into the house, got the 6 on the first try, and blasted 4 guys out of there and caused a bunch of pins. So thus ends this turn. Is it turn 3 or 2? Turn 3.
Turn 2.
You sure?
Yep.
It seems like we did more, but I think that was just the pre-deployment stuff. Anyway, so thus ends turn
Well, it had to be turn 3.
2?
It's turn 3.
Yeah, it is turn 3, yeah.
We didn't move the head. He did.
Yeah. The other thing is, too, is I wanted to mention, he strung, a happy coincidence, he strung these guys out like this, which blocked, I was going to road move my 8 rad that was parked at the corner down here, but I can't get within an inch of enemy models and stay on the road, so that blocked me from getting the 1 unit off that I needed. Anyways, we'll go to turn 4 and see what's what. Alright, that was turn 4. I don't even know where to begin. That was pretty messy. What'd you do first?
Good news for you. Your good news.
Oh, yeah. So, good news for me. Well, yeah, we'll get to that. So, I think his first dice pull was to do the mortar again, which vaporized the unit that was inside here, which is fine. Well, she didn't vaporize them, but they caused them to test out from the plucky mortar at the back there. Then I had my 8 rad that was parked here. These lads moved up, and now this is where it gets critical. He moved and passed all of his order tests because that truck had 2 pins on it. So we advanced the truck. The dudes got out. And shot my Ford Observer team, and I took a pin. I went down, but took a pin. And as soon as the 50 cal from this shot at my 8 rad, I decided I was going to gamble whether I move forward 1 inch, turn, and whether the distance to that table edge was less than 23 inches, and it was. So then the other test, and if you don't mind bringing the 8 rad up, the other test was going to be, because he moved his truck right up here, and it's whether or not I could pass within and not be within an inch, and it's like an inch and a half. So huzzah, that unit got off the board, so that's plus 3 points. So that was the good news for me. I shot my tank at the ass end, I advanced the tank up. The plane didn't come in. Caused some pins, but didn't kill anybody over here. My guns didn't do anything, did they?
Not this turn.
No, not this turn. These guys shot at the guys that wound up moving. Caused a couple pins. He moved up. So I'm going to basically put them on ambush next turn. So if he tries to cross that, I'm just going to machine gun them. Because if I move anywhere to the left or the right of this, Sniper Bob up there is going to kill me. So, I mean, unless he moves them, in which case I'll move. So, thus ends turn 4. Oh, I ate a bunch of pins from that thing. Shot me. The HMG.
The
Greyhound. Yeah, like didn't blow me up, but causes some pins, and the plane comes in probably next turn. So yeah, on to turn 5. All right, turn 5. So right away, he got the first dice pull, and wherever my 45-degree marker is, he was in my side armor, which was critical, so he blew it up, which meant the plane couldn't come in. But we determined that what he should have done is advanced up 9 and then had the +2 to hit and the +1 to pen. So in hindsight, he would have done that.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda advanced.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Yeah, because then it gets him
Would've
closer
been a 3
to my.
hit either way.
Yeah. I ate more pins here from the scout car, the immobilized scout car. His Ford Observer team ran back here. These lads passed their test, moved up, caused a bunch of pins here. This guy here kind of Austin powered himself because he can't turn around. He has to back out. So he just shot over here. These guys I put in ambush right away so that if he tried to cross this gap and get into my deployment zone for the +1 extra point, I'd be able to fire on him. I kind of took a gamble, advanced these guys out, shot at him and did a pin and killed a dude. And then Sniper Bob up there shot at and luckily missed. This gun tried to fire, didn't, so it went down. This gun, this howitzer, fired into there was dudes in front of the truck, so I was going to hope to clip both of them, so now it's just the truck there. But now we're getting into my minimum range of my howitzers, which I think is 36, so it's going to be direct fire only, which means that's going to get free reign to come in through here. I'm going to have to basically turn this and go on ambush to cover if he tries to get off. What he's probably going to do is just sit behind there, but anyways. So we're winding down. Oh, and my observer team took 6 pins, but I'm just keeping them down.
Well, we passed all of his saves.
Yeah, made all my saves, 2+, hooray. His mortar tried ranging in here, did not. So yeah, we'll see what happens. His if he pulls first, I think he's going to fire the mortar here. Anyways, that was turn 5. Turn 6 coming up.
We can set it up again if you want.
I should have taken a picture of the close combat.
Still can.
No, it's okay. On my turn, my 2 HQ guys that were here advanced up so that they're within 6 inches of his dudes, needing 2 pluses to hit with 4 shots. Of course, I rolled 2 1s. Killed one guy, caused a pin. On his turn, he then charged into close combat to me, which meant only one of these guys could shoot if I triggered the ambush at the time of him charging in because of the can't shoot within 1 inch of your friendly model. So in combat I killed one of his, and he killed both of my guys, which is fine. And then as soon as my guys were dead, then these guys ripped into them with their ambush. So thus ends this flank, the attack on this flank here. The lads over here moved up to point blank range, and combined fire with that, the HMG in the trees still, killed 2 dudes. I passed my test on like a 4, so I've got one guy alive in here. Armed with that knowledge that I had the one guy alive, I decided, well, before this gun dies and loses more crew, I'm going to snap to and fire them. So I do. This gun actually goes to range in on the steward that was there. He recce's ahead. Now, we looked it up. It does say artillery barrage and airstrike that you can't recce out of, but nothing to do with just a regular old indirect fire, which I think is stupid, but that's just me. Actually, no. I'm okay with it. I just think it's stupid that you can recce forward, but I mean, it helped me over there. So anyways, he recce'd forward here. This gun here, with only basically the fender of the Austin Powers truck over there, I figured, you know what, I'm going to turn him like this so that next turn I can put him into ambush, so if he tries to make a break for it on turn 7, or at least get within 12 inches of my deployment zone, I at least get a chance to blast him. We'll see. I don't know. But we're really down to the wire here. In terms of other units killed, it's pretty even. So that +3 I'm going to get from that is pretty clutch, but I mean, he can try and get a few more points in. I'm glad these guys are here, because otherwise he would have blasted his guys through these buildings, the guys that are behind here. He would just come across into here, but these guys are holding them down. Well, and that too. But, oh yeah, the M20s, or M8 scout car, or whatever that is, shot, and he's down to one guy left, and he passed his test. Again, because that guy there is within 6, so I still got one dude left. And now we see if there's a turn 7. You might as well just roll that live.
Yeah, just roll the big dice.
You can roll it. Not against our models.
No. Either 4, 5, or 6. We have a 2.
Alright, so that's the game then?
That is the game.
Alright, so post-game thoughts?
Oh, it was a good game. Getting your recce car off is the decider, because
yeah,
if there's a turn 7, I don't think I could get too much stuff into your zone, because
yeah,
I have even my tank. If it ran 18,
well, I think it'd be within. You'd get the +1. You'd get the +1. Yeah.
Yeah, I get to about there, so I get 2 points.
Well, you get 2 points, but then I'd get a chance to maybe blow it
it
up. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's why I did that. I was like, well, I can't indirect it, so yeah.
No, it was a good game.
Yeah, good game. I think you were pinned in. I think with the stone walls around here.
I forgot that I had no way to get out. I didn't look at it. Normally when I make terrain, I always leave like a little gap or something here so people can go through the walls or something like this, but I did not. Yeah. And then I realized it afterwards. All I had was a gate. Because those are wheeled.
So if this had actually been a half track, you'd be fine, because the track
if these two vehicles were flipped, I might have been all right.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad I immobilized that early on, because it kept your 4 observer team behind that little thing, not observing.
Yeah. Or else your gun would have got the air attack. Never a second air attack didn't even come into the end, because we killed the tank before the second.
Oh yeah. I'm debating. Like, I like these guns.
Oh, I love them. They're awesome.
I love them.
When they hit, they wipe out the unit every time.
Yeah. No, I like them. I mean, for I think it's 290. What is it? 135 plus 135. Yeah, so 270. So it's 300 points for just what you see here. But boy, howdy! Like, when they hit, kablam!
Yeah, and when you're doing direct fire, hitting on a 4+.
Yeah.
Like, they're amazing.
Yeah, my I played my tank wrong again. I should have, I got greedy. I was trying to shoot them in the ass end, thinking, oh well, I'm sure I'll not. I was sure you can advance up, and then you didn't, and I'm like, oh, yeah, because he wants the +1, but you could have advanced stuff for the +2,
That's
and
one of my biggest lessons learned was if I had to got into point blank
my
range,
God.
I would have been a 3 to hit, 2 + 1 for moving, and sitting here static and not advancing up
only gets you the +1.
only gives me was still a 3 to hit. So I would have been +1 to penetration.
To be fair, yeah, but
and I would have been closer to get off.
but let's say
the
you didn't
score.
kill him. If you're still in that woods, that you do get a 5-up save,
Yeah.
just on the off chance.
Yep.
Anyways, that was great. Thanks
That
for
was pretty
hosting once again, Wade.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think we definitely learned a lot more, or went through a lot more of the rules.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of rule
Yeah,
looking up as we go.
you know what? We each took a sniper to counter each other's forward air observer. These guys in this building, I can't believe how much firepower they took. That was unreal.
Well, my sniper missing regularly didn't help me.
Well, no, yeah.
He only killed one guy at the end.
I think he killed one of my. He killed a
He
guy
killed a
down
guy
here
over there,
too. Yeah.
and then he killed one guy in your observer team.
My
I
observer
fired
team.
5 shots at him
Yeah.
with my sniper and only
Yeah.
hit him.
No, but he'd killed some dudes out of the
Yeah.
the white, the grass.
Out of his 6 shots, 5 of them were those
these
guys.
here. Yeah, and in the end, I think, for my guns, I really didn't even end up using these really cool 3D printed artillery markers that you made, because I was either hitting right away, or you kept moving off of them. So interesting.
Oh, good game.
Yeah, it was a great game. Thanks, man.